finds himself getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on. So Newhoff in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. He doesn't qualify as well as he races.
Up front, they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani not very far apart at all here. But I just want to see how Alistair Haig deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately or something. What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the round pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped him all the way down the order. But Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down it towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed Morton forward up ahead. He's got out of line. It's now Pike going to have a go at Werrell. Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
On to the back end of Phil Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's all about the entertainment. So I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is been enjoying himself watching. The Burger King machine's off into the grass a little bit there as they're really bunching up now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and you wonderful, amazing young adults. Welcome in here to the Winner's Circle Project. It is round 6, and today we are testing the children with rain. Yes, it is the mighty equalizer of iRacing, of sim racing, of R Factor, of ACC, of all the other sims that you can think of. It is rain. What will happen is they will have a traditional race of 30 minutes at Lime Rock with a 10-minute qualifying session beforehand. Okay, they will have to make a pit stop and they will have to make a driver swap. Now, what does that mean, a driver swap on a sim? I hear you say it means they've got to jump out of the sim and one's got to jump back in really quickly. So I can't make it any more easier for you other than that. So it's going to be very, very exciting indeed. Let's have a look at the current scores on the doors. Well, it is Ketchum out in front on 109.75 there as well. They are in front. Waverley's in second. John Jay's in third. FDR's in fourth. And Owego is in fifth. We will give you a rundown as it goes of what the scores would be after the event and how they're getting on. As you can see, P1 gets 50 points, P2 gets 36, 30, 24 and 20. Now, the drivers itself, well, here we go. This is the list that we have currently got. Waverley driving number 1 is Carter Hayes. Carter is a senior. He has been part of the WCP for 4 years. He is a culinary wizard. Well, now we know where to go for dinner if I ever get hungry. And then we've got Gage Floyd. He is a sophomore, enjoys gaming and is part of the build team. For FDR, we've got Nicolo Terralavoro, I think, there as well. Nicolo, sorry if I've just butchered that. Nico is a senior, does track and field and is part of the build class. Vladimir Slater is alongside. Vlad is a sophomore who is an avid go-kart racer and enjoys spending his free time on track. Owego, driver number 1, will be Colin B. Colin is a senior and has been part of the winner's circle for 2 years and wants to be a construction worker after high school. Fair play. Driver number 2 is Michael H. He is a senior and has been a part of the winner's circle project also for 2 years and would like to be an engineer after high school. Now for John Jay, it is Nate Garibaldi. He's a senior at John Jay School, part of the winner's circle project for a year and pursuing business in college after high school. Driver number 2 is Robert Maskiaj, senior in John Jay and is pursuing construction management at Sunny Delhi in the fall. Now, I hear you say, James, you've missed one out. You have missed Ketchum. I have, but that's partly because I've got a very interesting video of Ketchum. So here we go, guys. Enjoy this one, and I will be back with you very, very shortly. There you go, that is Ketchum, and if you're not sure who the drivers are, it's Cody Schmidt. Cody is a junior and is heavily into speed and golf and plans on building the next generation of speed demons because in the name of Ricky Bobby, he wants to go fast. And then you got Levi is driver number 1. Levi is a senior and at the school and has raced in Spec Mayada for 2 years and has an impressive Lego collection. So there we go. As you can see, they demonstrated the driver swap perfectly in that video. That is exactly what they've got to do. We don't require helmets, and it's not a safety feature that we are going to say that they need to have, but to be honest, I think it's great that they've done it, to be honest. And as per normal, I am joined in the booth by the one, the only, the Mr. Mighty Pius, who the organizer and the whole WCP is organised by, and Matteo Lundgren, who's going to join me as well. But let's first bring in Pius into the booth. Pius, good afternoon, dear sir. How are you?
Good afternoon, James. What a wonderful intro over there by Ketchum, right? Always, they understood the assignment. They always go above and beyond. Quite ready for this race today. I'm so excited to see what can happen. So much on the line. Correct, Mateo?
Oh yeah. There's a lot on the line here. I mean, Royce Ketchum right now has got a healthy lead However, with this rain, it's anybody's game, especially today. When I'm looking at these scores, Waverly in second, if they can today win this race, that can put them not only close to RCK, but actually take the lead over RCK into our final race of the year. So I think every school is gunning for RCK, and the point spread will be quite interesting if RCK somehow gets 5th place today, because everything will squash together, and this race will determine it all. Like James said, it's a rainy day, and anything can happen in the rain.
Yeah, I do fully agree. It is always deemed as the great equalizer, Pius. I think that's the thing with rain. It separates the men from the boys. It's very much in there with how they cope it now. I've been sat here and watched them practicing for quite a while, to be honest. I've been in the session for a while here, Pius. I will say at least one point, every single one of these schools and every single one of these drivers has been off the side of the circuit because of the rain.
Yeah, I think it's such an unpredictable and a great factor. It's going to really take a lot of strategy. One thing that's going to be interesting to keep our eye on is the seniors that are going to be driving for Owego. I mean, I think what they did was they held back purposefully to make sure their strongest drivers were at the end. And one thing about Michael and Colin Brink is that they are one of the hardest working crew that we've had for the last 2 years. I mean, it's been a pleasure to have them in the Winner Circle Project. They are the current champions, and they're trying to defend what's theirs. They really feel like nothing is out of reach, and they feel like they're really going to try to throw a surprise today. So I'm keeping my eyes on the seniors, as well as Nico over there for FDR. You and Vlad. You want to talk about a great combination of kids. Nico is a senior as well, so I know that it's going to mean a lot more to them this race.
I think it will, but I'm a little bit worried for anybody that isn't within a certain amount of points of RCK at the moment, and that's due to the fact that obviously, yes, in the next round it's double points, so there are more points available, but you've obviously got to be within a certain amount of points anyway and gain a certain amount. Now, Ketchum have looked strong. They're not leading for no reason. I'm just a bit worried that the others are going to struggle somewhat to try and get near them, Pius. So I'm erring on the side of optimism, and I'm forever a positive person, but I'm just a little bit worried that if the likes of FDR, the likes of Owego, and even John Jay, if they don't manage to get the win today, going into that last round, they're going to find it very, very tough to overhaul Ketchum.
Oh, absolutely. It's lights out if they don't catch Ketchum. I mean, Ketchum is in the driver's seat. But like you said, it's racing, and anything can happen. Anything can happen in this rain. That's what like you said, the great equalizer, correct? I mean, not only do you have to be skilled, but very strategic in this race. And we're going to see who has the patience, as always, to stay on the track and steady, and also how you're able to do that driver's switch. I'm pretty excited to see how that goes.
Oh, I would have loved to have a camera feed on the schools to be able to see how they're going to do the driver swaps, because I think that would just be absolutely amazing to watch, having them all jumping out of the rig.
Well, I'm willing to bet you anything that Ketchum is going to find a way to make sure that they tape that whole scenario, as they did in the beginning to come up with this scenario. I don't see how their marketing team won't see it. I know they have a lot of people. I heard they're having a barbecue over there, and they're literally having a barbecue with both the marketing and the build team all together. So they're going to find a way to get it done.
Yeah, I didn't get an invite to that. So
Mateo got an invite.
Did he? Mateo
he did. Mateo got it. He built a pizza oven over there. Mateo, you got an invite?
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now I'm not there eating with these students, but yeah, it's just great to see the camaraderie, the students coming together, supporting each other in this project. There's a lot of work that's been done, and right now, it's a race day, so that energy in the classroom, watching your teammate go at it on our 6th race of the year, it's really great to see, people coming together like this. This is what it's all about.
Ooh. Waverly having a little problem with those turns.
Yeah, the rain, we witnessed, I think that was the thing for us, Pius. We witnessed one of the greatest things we've seen in Watkins Glen, where the young lady, oh man, whose name escapes me.
Ayana.
Yeah, it was slow and steady, moved away from the back to third. Could have got a second if she just hadn't been lapped on the last corner. And that is what the rain is going to bring. Like, as I said, I've sat here and every single one of these drivers have been off the racetrack. It doesn't matter if they were Ketchum, it didn't matter if they were Waverley, if they were Wego, if they were anybody else. They've all been off the racetrack. So I think for me, the qualifying that we're watching at the moment means zero, because I think whoever can keep it on the racetrack in the rain has an absolute amazing chance of winning, and that is all about being consistent. We were speaking about it, I was speaking about it the other day to a friend of mine for slow and steady. Slow and steady can win the race because you've got rain, and that's the thing, you've got to keep it on the racetrack. Matteo, rain itself, all about consistency, hitting their marks and not ended up in the grass that literally all of the schools have done during this practice and qualifying period.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like we were talking about earlier, you know, these schools that are behind Ketchum right now, they're going to want to make a move, and there's some anxiety for me, like, be patient, you don't have to make the move right away, what's going to happen, who's going to get this first qualifying time, who's going to be in that first spot to start our race today. All of this matters, but again, you know, like you said, we've watched these cars come off the track for each team as they practice, and it'll just be fun to see this next 20 minutes once we start the race.
Yeah, it will be. We're going to keep an eye on John Jay here at the moment. They have not got a time on the board, so John Jay have not got a time at the board, and at the moment the people starting in third in the championship could be starting in last place of the race unless this lap time here, I believe it's Nate in the car, unless Nate can do something. Nope, he cannot. That is not going to help you, Nate. And unfortunately, that could be the end of their qualifying, and it looked like Double J are going to be in fifth place. Clarinet Player 101, good luck to all the schools competing. Giuseppe, let's go FDR, Vlad and Nico for the win. And Clarinet there says, can't wait to see all of this in person in little less than a month. So there we go. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on the bells and all that other fancy jazz you can do for free on YouTube here as well. It'll mean a lot to the Winners Circle project. So please go and do that. Pius, what do you perceive is going to happen here today during that 30-minute race?
I gotta tell you, I wish if I had a crystal ball, I would be able to tell you, but I gotta tell you, I really feel like the rain has really thrown everything for a loop as far as strategy goes. It's gonna come down to who's the most patient. So far, you know, if the trend holds true, we will be seeing the RCK somewhere above the leaderboard. But I gotta tell you, there's a lot of really good skilled drivers in this competition. This one, I think that we're gonna see some surprises. So that's what I'm thinking. I think there's going to be some surprises, especially that combination, like I said, of the seniors, because I think it's going to mean a lot more to them.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. That might not mean anything at all.
Okay, Matteo,
Right?
what's your opinion on it? Because Pius has literally just sat on the fence and got splinters in his bottom. He is just sat there. Matteo, what do we think from your perspective, Matteo? What's going to happen today?
Well, you know, I've got. It's hard to say that. I mean, it's like rooting against Tom Brady. You're like, wow, could Tom Brady pull it off? In the last 3 races, RCK has won. So they've got a lot of momentum, a lot to stand on. I just think that their whole team there with the barbecue going on, you know, I've got hopes for these other schools to make the gap less with the point spread. It's what I'm sort of internally wanting that last race to mean more. But RCK, as you can see, even with these qualifying times, they're in the lead. So I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to root for RCK at this moment, but I am going to say that they are the leader of the pack right now.
Right, okay. Well, at least that's a little bit more definitive than Pius gave us, didn't he? At least,
a couple of splinters there too.
He did outright pick a winner, though, Pius. You didn't give me anyone. So, technically, he was more off the fence than you were. So there we go. Oh, dearie me.
I'm rooting for
Can I say this? Can I say this, Pius? Can I say this? We were on a field trip last week with all these students, and what a great time we had. And I'm riding on the bus with Owego, the charter bus down to Factory 5 Racing. I'm riding on the bus with the Owego crew, the Waverly crew. And I just have to say that Owego really wants this today. They really want this win today. And I looked Michael right in the eye, and he had that fire. So I'll be interested to see if he can keep it on the track in the rain, and we'll just see what happens.
Well, there we go. I think that's going to be the definitive one. Who is going to keep it on the racetrack? Let us know in YouTube chat if you are here rooting for your school. Don't forget, keep it nice. At the end of the day, please do that. That would be absolutely amazing. We will give them a shout out as well. But we have got 5 schools in their warm-up. This is the final countdown before they start the race. Don't forget, they have to make a pit stop. They are not under obligation for tires and fuel, but they are under obligation to swap out drivers. They do have to swap drivers. That does mean jumping out of the sim, jumping in the sim. Let's hope the guys at RCK have already got their helmets on, ready this time. Otherwise, they're going to waste time putting on their helmets. If they are still driving in with the helmets on, that would be absolutely amazing. Love to see a video of that one. I don't know, Pius. I don't know if they are. Matteo, do you know if they've still got their helmets on?
I do not know if they have their helmets on, but I'm guessing right now Cody just put it on his head.
I agree. I think they should. I think that would be awesome. So let me know there as well. Giuseppe, I know it will be so fun. It will be. Giuseppe, it will be fun. I think that's the thing. The one of the greatest equalizers has hit the racetrack, and that is rain alone. There is even chance that some of the guys at the back could come through and take the victory if everybody goes spinning off and does more pirouettes than a ballerina at Swan Lake. I can tell you that much. But Pius, what have we got coming up? What's the ideas now for while we're in this 5-minute warm-up? Give us a sort of a brief rundown of what the WCP are planning next.
Well, we have a huge finale headed up in May, because on May 24th, we are going to be at Lime Rock Park for the WCP Championship, along with Trans Am and SVRA. They're going to be featuring and hosting us, and all 5 cars will hit the track. We are just excited to crown a champion. We're going to be having a marketing presentation that happens. It's going to be live. So we're going to have a live marketing presentation that will determine who will win the championship. That whole week is going to be so exciting. I mean, with the way it's been designed, is that anybody still in this. Right now, the cars are sent off to Alfred State, where they're being inspected for safety to make sure all of them are safe to drive. And then on Monday the 20th, at the Dyson Lab in Poughkeepsie, New York, Chris Dyson will be racing in all of these cars to see how they perform and which car that he loved the performance, how it performed on the actual track itself. So I'm just excited. There's a lot of exciting programming waiting to happen still. And then, of course, our last virtual race, which will also determine, because there's points on the board here. Matteo, do you think you could break down a little bit about the point system of how it goes down so that people could understand it at home?
Yeah. I mean, today there's 50 points up for grabs for the first place winner. However, the last place winner gets 20 points. So the most you can gain on someone is 30 total points. So we've got a total point scenario where RCK's got about a 26-point lead over Waverly. So if Waverly can somehow pull off the victory today and RCK runs into walls all day long in this rain, Waverly will take the lead after today's race. And John Jay's not too far behind. So John Jay's looking for a similar scenario because that will put RCK and John Jay neck to neck. If John Jay can somehow pull off the victory, if Nate and Robert can somehow pull it off today, even though they couldn't get a qualifying time down in qualifying, let's go, Winner Circle Project. Let's catch this RCK team. Let's make this endurance race, the last one of the season on May 22nd, really mean something, really be exciting. The rain will determine it all.
Absolutely. Not sure about the May 22nd though, Matteo. I think that's up for debate on that one, but we're up near May anyway. But at the moment, Owego is sitting in second in this race. They are in fifth in the championship at the moment. Okay, so the most that Owego will gain is if they finish where they are, they will go to 36, which will give them 101 points. Now it depends obviously where Ketchum finish up depending on that one. So let's give you a quick keep an eye. We'll try and do some maths as well. Don't forget you got 3 middle-aged men in the booth up here. It's going to take us a bit of a while. I've not got my abacus out, and I'm sure Pius and Matteo probably haven't either. So you have to bear with us. We will try and keep you up to date. I hope you're all middle-aged gentlemen, because if you're not, I probably just said the wrong thing. But there we go.
I don't know if I consider myself middle-aged. Is 46 middle-aged?
Hey, I'm 45. We're both middle-aged. Matteo, what are you?
41.
Yeah, see? Middle-aged. We're all middle-aged, so we'll all have to break out our abacuses here as well. Right, the drivers have done the warm-ups. Well, some did. Some literally just sat there and didn't do a lot, to be blatantly honest. But let's bring you up the grid. This is going to be the grid for today. It is Cody and Levi out in front for Ketchum in first. Colin and Michael in second for Owego. Then we've got Vlad and Nico in third for FDR, and in fourth, obviously, we've got Garibaldi and Maskia for John Jay, and Carter and Gage for Waverley. So at the moment, the second place man is at the back of the field here, Matteo. That's going to juggle it all up, as we said earlier on in the points.
Yep. Well, I'm not counting out John Jay. They got a lot of spirit over there. They built an amazing car in the real world, and let's make it happen in the digital world. John Jay, let's go.
Wow. It's exciting.
Yeah, it definitely
is. And I've got to ask a question there for you. Now, strategy-wise, do they have to pick? Do they decide when to pick?
In an ideal world,
they have to decide when to change?
Well, in an ideal world, they should pit 15 minutes in, because then each driver gets half of the race. It looks like we might have to have a reset on the start. I've got a funny feeling the guys at RCK may have just jumped the start there, and yeah, it's not going to happen. We will have to have another reset of the start. Yeah, I would have thought, Pius, to be honest, answers to your question, probably 15 minutes so they can split it per driver. So each driver gets 15 minutes. That might be fair.
Okay.
So they are going to have a warm-up lap first as well. So let's see what happens. Nothing's going to happen on the warm-up. They're going to drive around, keeping it on track, trying to warm up the tyres. Somebody's found the horn in the car. I can't tell you which one it is, but somebody has, because they've been tooting it for a while. So, and then we'll go green once they all start coming around. So we'll look out for that one as well. It's going to be very, very exciting. We heard Matteo there. FDR for the win, says Giuseppe Almeo's in YouTube chat. We love Vlad and Nico, we certainly do. And Mikey S, the Michael Spencer Award is so close. Can't wait to see who wins this year. DZ, let's get it. FDR. Well, your boys at FDR are sitting in third place at the moment. I do love the fact that they're in bright yellow. I think that's absolutely amazing. Right, let's get the pace lap underway. There we go. Now you can all go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Go. We're on our way. Anyway, for Ketchum, Levi is leading the pace lap away. We got Double J at the back. I'm not quite sure what's happened here. They are running now, but they're going to have to do a little bit of a catch-up with Waverley there. FDR and obviously Owego and RCK are a little bit further around the racetrack here as well. Matteo, what are they doing on the pace lap? What do we think their main sort of order's going to be when they're sitting here doing this lap?
Yeah, I think it's the anxiety for each team right now. It's up there, right? So it's like, can I stay with this? Can I stay on the car in front of me? And right now, John Jay's behind, but it's still the pace lap. They're right there. It's not to try to make up too much too early. It's like, don't make up too much too early. And just watch the race. Be patient with the race. Keep the car on the track and don't hit the walls.
That is the most important thing ever. They do not want to be hitting the walls here at Lime Rock. As we've seen in practice, a lot can happen. They're just coming past West Bend now, the top right-hand corner of the circuit, before they drop down into diving turn, the last corner here. We're going to be going along the San Posey Straight, and we will be underway, and it will be racing, and we will be green, as these 5 schools battle it out in the rain. And it is RCK out in front with Mikel and in second there for currently here for Owego, and then behind that you will have Vladimico from Roosevelt. It is up and running. Now we're green. You can see that Roosevelt got an absolute flying start trying to get Owego into turn 1. Didn't happen there, and there's the leaders already. RCK is off, and Waverley's off as well. Both of them off together, and that lasted all of a corner. Let's have a look and see if we can find out what happened there. You see, just spins straight away, comes down into turn 1, does Cody. Gets it all wrong, goes in too quick, tyres lock up, and around he goes. So unfortunately for Ketchum, they're already at the back. That's going to put Owego out in front here, Pius. Great opportunity for Colin and Michael. Oh, Double J's in the wall.
They're the ones to watch. Very patient, great drivers, with a lot of work in. Like you said, the winning is the great equalizer. They have played a point. Look at what we said. Anything can happen.
It can, and Owego is out in front with FDR in second, RCK in third. They're trying to make their way through. We saw Double J hit the wall. They're being blocked off there. That was late. Gee whiz, Batman.
Good driving there.
I don't know if that's what I would say. That was very late there, Matteo, on the move from the guys at FDR.
Yeah, that was a close call there. But really excited to see Levi here get RCK back behind Michael. But right now, you know, I love seeing Colin just holding steady at first place there for Owego. But RCK has got that fire already past Vlad and ready to try to make a move on number 1.
Well, there is the guys at Owego there as well. They are the first ones at it. Colin is in the car at the moment. He's going to be feeling the nerves. He got P1 handed to him. He's just got to keep it on the racetrack. We've seen the guys here in Ketchum make a mistake already, so they're going to have to try and settle down. It is Levi in the car currently. He's going to be handing off to Cody. Then behind is FDR. Then we've got Waverley, and then we've got Double J all the way at the back, and we can see what happened to Double J as well. And this is coming up over the jump. He's going to lift the car up. He's going to turn the wheel while the car is up in the air, and when it lands, unfortunately, that is that. Straight into the wall for the guys at Double J there. Great start for some. Levi's already got the guys at Owego. Colin's already gone round.
Oh.
No, steady! Oh no!
Oh no!
Stop driving! Oh,
what a shame! What a shame!
Oh, Colin was doing so well.
So good. Oh, goodness. Oh, there's a yellow.
That's Waverley off as well. So now we've got Colin here. He's trying to make his way through back up. He's sitting in third. FDR are now in second. It's all going off with some of these guys. They are pushing a little bit hard and probably a little bit more harder than they need to, Matteo, in this 30-minute race.
Gosh, yeah, they, I'm noticing too when they lift air, if they touch that steering wheel in the air, they land and they are turning and crashing. So again, that patience is just critical.
Yeah, you cannot turn the wheel while you're in the air. It is not good. Hey, it's Robert in YouTube chat. Hi, Robert. I'm going to presume that you are part of the Double J team. Thank you so much for popping in. You're in the race car in about probably 10 minutes, so get yourself ready there. Don't, come over that. I can't see what that says. But there we go. Oh, the guys. Did you see that running over the curb as well?
Oh, look at Owego. Slow and steady and back in the race. This has been so many twists and turns in these first few laps. Well,
yeah. I mean, also RCK's got quite a lead right now. Is that right, James?
Yeah, RCK are out in front by about 23 seconds at the moment. Oh no, guys!
Oh, no.
Crashed into him.
Yeah, what?
Just not aware of their spacing, not aware of what's happening in the track around them.
No, FDR just turned here. Look, it just keeps coming.
Ugh.
Do you know, we can sit and basically say, when we look at things like that we can say that is kind of the mentality of just getting a little bit excited. That's what that is. That's a little bit excited, trying to hold on to a position and trying to keep it by moving over on the racetrack. And I think that's one of the things that they've got to be careful of. You can't be doing that, Matteo. You've got to be a little bit more mindful, and if you lose that position, you can always look at getting it back again. You can't go and squash somebody against the white line and hope they disappear.
Yeah, there's respect and etiquette out there on that racetrack. There's ways of driving, and right there, I think it was just excitement. It's like, oh, here they come. I can't let them come in, and we see the result of that. Two cars needing to go in the pit, probably hurt their cars and their chances of winning today for sure.
Yeah, definitely there. We were just about go and hide somebody out of YouTube. Thank you very much for that one. But Colin in for Owego, sitting in second, 27 seconds back. He's got an 8-second gap there to Carter. And then obviously for Garibaldi from Double J, it looks like he's just had a little bit of a moment going off the side of the circuit there as he takes the cone for a little bit of a walk in the front of that car. Coming into turn one, he's just gone round onto the grass, unfortunately. And again, it's all about keeping the car on the racetrack if you want to finish the race. That's the thing, isn't it? Keeping it on the racetrack, because that is exactly what you've got to do here, Pius, to finish the race.
I don't know how many ways we could tell them. Slow and steady and staying on the racetrack, you're really racing yourself in this. And a lot of them are making self-inflicted wounds here, which is sad, but part of the learning experience. I think I've just been very impressed by the way that RCK took that spill on the first lap, and then they just regained their position. Amazing, and I think it just shows you the fortitude of what they're doing over there. They're just really a level above, kind of above.
Yeah,
the way they're focused.
That's the thing.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, you've got to be aware of your surroundings. You've got to be aware of the situation. Double J just coming up, just about to be lapped by the leader here. So in for RCK. Levi's in the car. He's handing over to Cody very, very shortly. Doing a great job. How is the Double J going to play this one? He does move over. Give him a little bit of room. Oh.
I think if you are RCK, you have to be careful now. I think you have to be very strategic in this because you're trailing the person that has absolutely nothing to lose. So by trying to overtake them and lap them, that might end up being a bad strategy. Oh, as I said that, they RCK.
Double J
just lost it.
Yeah. I was just doing some point calculations for, since we've got such a heavy lead right now with RCK 36 seconds ahead of Owego, did they just crash into the wall? Yes, they did.
Yeah, they just literally drove into the wall. Now the steering is broken. As you can see, they're going to have to try and get that car, limp it all the way back to the pits, because I can tell you now, that is Waverley alongside us. His steering's broke. You've gone the wrong side, and unfortunately, you've gone and put yourself in the wall also. So the rain is definitely playing his part. Your steering's also a little bit left hand down. You might want to go and have a think about going into the pits there. The guys at Owego is definitely left hand down. I'm not quite sure why they haven't got into the pits to see if they can get that one repaired, but it is 48 seconds. Where are you? Sorry, but where was you on the point situation? What is the point situation currently as it is?
Well, if RCK holds this lead, they're going to have a significant lead over whoever gets second place. Now, whoever gets second place today will be will still have a shot, even if it's Owego who's in fifth place. If Owego can somehow keep second place, they will be within 60 points of RCK, which would mean that RCK would have to get fifth place on our last endurance race in order for Owego to claim victory of the Sim Championship for the Winner Circle project. So basically right now, the shot for all the teams other than RCK is to get that second place today so that you're in an earshot of RCK. I mean, you need a lot to go right for you in that last race, but still, everyone who's still in the race today, they need to vie for second place right now because RCK's got a 56-second lead, and they don't look like they're going to give that up.
Yeah, just going to have a look at what happened to John Jay. They were coming around the last corner. That's the leader. They go off the side of the circuit. Then they go spinning into the wall. Ow. And then they don't actually go anywhere else apart from where they are. This is what happened to Carter initially. You can see the contact with Owego there, and they go in heavily into the barrier. And this is again another issue that they've had. They've spun the car up, they've gone round, too much speed, and unfortunately that is the end result. So at the moment, no, we have got the guys at Waverley into the pits. Hopefully they're doing their driver swaps. These guys have not gone in yet. Colin has not gone in and handed over to Michael Eva, so they've still got to pit as well. You see the number of pit stops there. So at the that car is so broken, Pies. I'm surprised he's not gone and changed driver. There he goes into the pits. Double J got a problem. The car won't start. Is there a technical problem with starting it, or is it just from the damage? That could be just from the damage.
I'm thinking it's just from the damage as well. Which would be horrible, because then if they get a do not finish, that really knocks everything out of whack for them.
Will they score? Will they still get points though? Because they are technically, in the race, aren't they? They're sat there. They're finishing fifth, right?
Correct.
So
they're sitting at fifth right now.
So we'll see.
That's a great question. We'll see.
We'll see. See what happens. See if they get a. See if they can get some points. I think they should. It's a fun event. I think they should get points regardless. So there we go. But this is obviously Levi in the car out in front for RCK at the moment, doing an absolutely stellar job. I think he's practically lapped everybody on the racetrack. We goes into the pits now, so they should be doing, I would have thought, do their driver swap while they're there. That would make more sense to them while they get their damage sorted out here, Matteo, as well. Damage on a car is never good, but damage on a car in the rain, that's even worse.
Yeah, you're seeing exactly what you were describing. These cars just leaning to the left, leaning to the right. You start damaging your car in this sim world. You know, it's a little bit different than the real world, but there's damage that you can't overcome by just pressing the gas again. You got to go get that fixed and stop running into the walls. Stop taking these turns so fast. Even if you're way behind right now, you know, there's points to be had in the second, third, fourth, fifth place regions, and I think that's what these teams have to just stay focused on.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing. We can see Levi going into the pits there, so he should be changing driver as well. So hopefully they will get theirs changed. So we go still in. Out on the race circuit at the moment is the guys at Waverley. They're, of course, Waverley sitting in second. They are third in the race. They are a couple of laps down off the leader, I believe. So we'll have to see how that one. It looks like Double J has got a DNF. And unfortunately that could be due to the damage that they've had throughout this race. But now there's a time bias, I think, for the driver swaps to kick in.
I agree. Now's the time to switch over there and make sure that they get the second person in. Obviously, the huge advantage sitting at Ketchum, because they're going with Cody, who has secretly been one of the biggest pieces of all of the drivers over there, the racers, this year, the season. He's been the guy that they've always given credit to. So you're giving it to the closer, Mariano Rivera, of Ketchum. So it's definitely looking like maybe the strong horse. But you never know. There's still a lot of time left in this race, and the rain will play a factor.
Yeah, it definitely will. It's still got 15 minutes of this to go. You can see the leaders are still into the pits. There will be swapping now. So they have, I would have thought, swapped and have come back out there as well. So we now have number 2, Cody, in the car. So that should be Cody in the car there. And Vlad and FDR are still sitting in second. Then we've got the guys in third at Waverley, and then in fourth is Owego. They did have the lead at one point, then they threw away, then they got damage, and now they're going to have to try and come through. Matteo, that damage for any of the teams has been horrific, but Owego was in second place at the time they got the damage, probably pushed a little bit too hard.
Yeah, I mean, you could see him pushing, and now Michael. Oh no, Michael. Spinning out there. Owego right now, they really need that second place finish. It's the only way they're going to be in the hunt on the last race. The only way they've got even a long shot is with second place today. But again, Michael keeping it on the road. There's still 14 minutes left. Going so fast in this rain, they're taking these turns too quick. And what we're seeing with RCK is that they are consistently hitting those brakes when they need to. They're slowing down when they need to, and they're not taking big chances. So even when they spun out on that first lap, which was, really surprising for us all, I feel like, they just put the car back on the track and they weren't trying to overcome everyone immediately.
Running their own race, taking their time to make sure that they are competing against the track, not the other people.
Yeah, I think that's what they've got to do. You're not really competing against the other schools. You are more competing against the track itself when it is so wet. We have been joined by Matthew Overton in the booth there. Matt, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I was just coming in to say that it looks like John Jay has had to withdraw because they can't get their engine started again. I suspect it's from damage.
That is what we did expect. Yeah, Matt. How is everybody up in the event chat there? Are they all still as buzzing as they probably were at the beginning?
Yeah, actually, they're pretty quiet. I think they're spending a lot of time on concentrating on their driver at their various locations to support them and just staying calm in driving smoothly. And as Pius was saying, racing the track, not each other, because that's where the key win is. Certainly, Ketchum seems to be doing that the best. Roosevelt and Waverly, I think, are getting their act in order to do exactly the same thing, and I see Roosevelt's coming in for what I suspect is their mandatory driver change.
Yeah, absolutely. So do we know if all the other teams have made their driver change at the moment, Matt?
I believe they have. In fact, it looks like Roosevelt's doing a drive-through. So yeah, I believe at this point they all have come into the pit. They've made their change, so it should be their second driver going for the remainder of the race.
Awesome stuff. Well, Matt, thank you so much for joining us, giving us that update there as well on what's happened to Double J. We did suspect it's damaged. There's a WeGo, unfortunately, going round again. Michael needs to be a little bit consistent here, Pius. He's getting a little bit loose in the car. Let's put a WeGo 3 laps down and down in 4th place.
It's very surprising too. Michael's a very disciplined driver. I just think that maybe there may be some damage to that car that we don't know about, that's causing a little bit of this erratic driving. And as you see, it looks like the steering wheel's a little bit bent, but not to the point where he can't get it together. I think if he keeps his head and stays steady and stays focused, he'll be fine. A lot of time left in this race for some mistakes to happen, and you just have to drive your race with the track, not with the people. You know, staying calm, staying patient.
I do agree.
I think you have to be able to do that.
I agree there. We've had FDR that looks like they have just made a little bit of a mistake earlier on. They've got Waverly closing in. FDR in the top right-hand corner, not round the outside. Oh, dear sir. That would have been a brave move there, I can tell you that much. If he'd gone and sent it round the outside from Gage Floyd, probably, Matteo, not the ideal place to be trying to overtake somebody round the outside of a very slippery turn, and he's gone for it again. There's a WeGo again in front of us, and the guys at Waverly go off the side of the circuit as well.
Yeah, I can have that same feeling. For me, I'm not a seasoned sim driver. I get excited if I play a video game. I want to make it happen right then and right there. But you know, in the professional leagues, you can see how patience plays off. The more time you spend on these tracks, the more times you get into these competitions. Just the quality of driving, you know, like, is exceptional. So, you know, you see these young students, they're trying. They don't want to get last place. They want to win this race. And unfortunately, when you make moves like that in the rain, especially on the outside, like you said, James, it just doesn't work out. It doesn't work out 90% of the time.
No, it definitely doesn't. And we did see FDR sitting up the side of the circuit there. We can have a quick look and see what happened to them. That's coming up through the right hand or the base there before they go up over the hill, and unfortunately into the wall, and that's caused that issue. We'll go back to live pictures now. So Vlad, and who's in the car at the moment, it'll be Nico's in the car, I believe, for this third place car at the moment. WeGo were doing so well by us, but now they're languishing down in 4th place.
It is just, it's been a disappointing day for them over there. We really had high hopes, and I just think it came down to the patience of being steady and being able to really read the course, right? But like we said, you know, there's 9 minutes left. I mean, it's unlikely that RCK is going to make any mistakes. They seem to be just pros. So it's really a battle for second and third, right?
Yeah.
And that will put some positioning.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see Waverly, and Waverly, who's overall in 2nd place right now. You know, they're going to be a little bit further behind RCK, but that keeps them right in the mix for the last race if they can hold on to 2nd place. Now, FDR really wants to get that 2nd place spot for those extra points. So I'm really excited to see if Nico can come and catch Gage right now. But Gage is holding steady for the Waverly car right now.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's keeping it on the racetrack. And that is literally all they need to do. They need to keep it on the racetrack and make sure that they do end up finishing the race as well, because the last thing they don't want to do is get a DNF like Double J. Not too sure where we'll go on the points on that one, Pius. I presume a decision will be made whether or not Double J is going to get any points.
It definitely will be made. And you know what? It goes back. I want to go back to a point that you made. To think that Waverly would be in a position to get second place overall when they had started those other races behind, and it was that one time where they kept the car on the road with Ayana, that changed everything for them for the season. It's just interesting how every race plays a part. Every single race and every decision you make actually plays a part in what's going to happen at the end of the race, right? So it's interesting because it's literally the metaphor of life, right? Some of the decisions that you make and what's going to happen at the end, the overall race of life, right? So it's just interesting that one race, which plays such a factor now, and now they have a good holding on second place.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
I think if they finished right now, as they are, if we called it right now, it would be Ketchum on 159.75, Waverly on 119, then you would have FDR in third on 97.5. Double J, if they score points, they would be on 94.75, and Owego would be on 89. So that would be how it would be at the moment if we stop the racing right as it is. Owego had a great opportunity to score more points, but unfortunately I think, Matteo, excitement and just a little bit too much throttle, and they ended up off the side of the circuit.
Yeah, you know what's with this point spread, FDR, if they can somehow overcome Waverly in the last 5 minutes here, they would still have a chance to win the overall sim race. They'd be, I mean, it'd be a long shot, but they'd still be in it. So it matters. It matters right now what Nico's doing. I mean, maybe he makes a move. He tries something a little more aggressive in this last 5 minutes, but I don't know exactly how far behind he is on Waverly. I can't get that sense.
6.5 seconds, top left-hand corner.
Got it.
It's 2 laps from second to first, 6.5 seconds from third to second, and there's a lap difference between Owego and FDR. So at the moment, FDR are at 6.5 seconds, 6.3 seconds. So it's a long shot, right, Pius, I think, for FDR to get second here, because, well, they're now 7.2 seconds back. It is definitely a lot to overhaul.
It is. However, you know, you're thinking about somebody being a little too aggressive on a turn. Who knows how much damage is at that Waverly car at this point as well. There's a couple of different factors, but you're correct. It's a long shot, but still a shot.
It is still a shot, and I get that, but it is just a long shot.
It's a very, very long. Call that a very long field goal.
Yeah, it's like a 60-yard field goal and hope for the best. 60-yarder. I don't know if anybody's going to kick 60 yards, to be honest with you, but I don't know if it's ever happened before either. But 4.5 minutes to go here. We're pretty much set, Matteo, would you say, on the finishing positions we're in, bar any major dramas for Ketchum up front?
Yeah, I mean, Ketchum, I can easily feel confident saying that this is their race. Gage right now just got to hold on to that second place. Like you said, he's got that 7-second lead, but any spin out erases 7 seconds in a heartbeat. So if I was Nico in that car, I would just hold steady on this track because there's still 3 minutes, and then, you know, you got to hope for a mistake, because I don't think you can just pick it up with speed right now.
Yeah, I think it's a hope and pray that RC Ketchum make a mistake. However, the guys there do look very, very stable, well practiced in the car. Cody is doing a great job, as the junior and RCK, don't forget, as well, and he's doing a stellar job picking up where Levi left off. I think he's just jumped in the car. It's like there was no difference between the two drivers whatsoever, and he's just picked up where he's left off, and away he goes. Couple of teams, though, I think, Pius, do we think going into the endurance round they might have to do a little bit more practice than what they're getting?
I gotta tell you, when it comes to setting the bar, I don't know what's in the water over there at RCK, but Cody is somebody that they saved and they're raving about all throughout this season. So to get a chance to see him and Levi in a combination here and running it just like a machine has been remarkable to watch. And kudos to them for all the hard work they put in to separate themselves so far. I think when it comes down to it, there is going to have to be a lot more hard work in the last race for it to, anything could still happen, as we did not foresee that first turnout on that first turn, and to see them come back like this has been remarkable. But it shows you that anything can still happen. So you have to drive disciplined, confident, and smart, and be aware of your surroundings. So it is a long shot. However, it's a shot. How are we looking in second and third place?
Well, FDR just pulled in 3 seconds, and that is due to this mistake, I believe, from Carter Gage here coming down into turn 1. FDR is in the background. They're chasing down. They've got Owego in front. So, ow. And he hit the wall hard. So that's going to bring FDR. Oh, what have they what have they been up to?
I think Owego, again, that aggressive driving is someone's lapping, and then he hits right into him and really took FDR out of this race. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a bit of a blue flag moment, which generally means back off. You're not in the race, let them go through. Because all you're doing is getting involved in something that isn't really your fight, gentlemen.
Yeah, unfortunate, because FDR was right there, and no longer. Now that we've got Waverly, holding really strong here for second, what's really exciting when you look at the points is that Waverly, with a victory in the endurance race, they would need RCK to get 4th or 5th place, and if that was the case, if they won and RCK got 4th or 5th, Waverly would come out the victor of the Sim Winter Circle Project Championship.
Well, we are going to be going on to the final lap now. The white flag here should be out. We've got 30 seconds on the clock. Cody is doing an absolutely stellar job. He's in the car at the moment. New fastest lap as well of 1:02.049. Well, if you're ever going to show your dominance, you might as well set the fastest lap coming into the final lap and really show what you're made of here, because the time is ticking now. We've got 5 seconds before the race is over, and then it will be just a sprint to the line to see who gets that final part. However, where is FDR? There is FDR. Is he going to pull out in front? He's not. Is he? Oh.
Waverly's out.
Yeah, Waverly's in third. FDR has just taken second place.
Wow. In the final lap.
All he's got to do all he's got to do is get it to the end of where they are, but it is going to be Ketchum is going to come over the line to take the victory. The team of Levi Tresnowski, Cody Schmidt come over the line. It is a 1-1-1 green flag win and a checkered flag there for the guys at Ketchum. FDR, you've just got 2 corners to go. 2 corners to be able to take this one. Can Nico just get these 2 corners now? And is he going to be able to get it done? It looks like he has. That will put FDR in second place. They come over the line as well. Waverly come over in third.
Wow, what an end that was. Waverly lost control of their car on that last lap all alone, just hit that corner too hard, and they couldn't pull it back together. FDR made a great move to get around them because they were in the track. Wow. And now FDR has the chance, because of that second place finish, has the chance if they need RCK to lose the endurance race, 5th place, and FDR would claim victory with a 1st place finish. So FDR all of a sudden just pulls themselves into at least a long shot to get 1st place.
Well, but let's talk about this stellar Ketchum team. How unbelievable of a season they've had, and the dominance from beginning to end. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the final results on your screen there. Levi and Cody for Ketchum take the victory, and then you got Vlad and Nico in 2nd for FDR. Carter and Gage in 3rd for Waverley, and then Colin and Michael in 4th for Owego. I think Owego might be a little bit upset with themselves, as they did have a great opportunity in 2nd place at one point. And then you can see for the guys at Double J, for Nate and Robert, unfortunately they have DNF. There will be a decision made if they score points. If not, well, that's going to make it very, very interesting indeed, because that will put Double J at the back in 5th place if they don't. But great job from all of these drivers. Again, we're joined by the wonderful Matthew Overton. Matt, welcome back in.
Thank you very much. I've got the Ketchum team ready to come in and have a chat with you when you're ready.
Yeah, bring them down. Let's have a chat. Who have we got first? Who's going to be the first one?
I'm not sure if it's going to be Cody or Levi. You'll know for sure.
Okay, cool. Drop them in. Okay, Ketchum's in the booth. Your winners there. Who have I got on the mic first? Do I have Levi?
This is actually Cody Schmidt, who finished the race right now.
Cody, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Oh, mate, we're doing very well up here in the booth. We've just watched you guys absolutely dominate this race as well. And I think it's great to see that you have gone out. You've been practicing hard, I'm guessing?
Oh, absolutely. Pretty much every day we've been in here. Me and Levi have been on this, making sure the setup's right. And honestly, practicing on 100% rank, because we really had no clue how the weather was going to affect the race. So just making sure we were prepared for the worst.
Okay, I've got to ask a question. Did you wear your helmets for the race?
No, we did not. We only use those for the video. But we do use those when we do race in real life.
Yeah, I've heard about that. What sort of racing do you do?
I used to do go-kart racing at K1 Speed, and I used to do motocross, stuff like that. And Levi actually races Spec Miata. I don't believe he does it anymore. I'm sure he'll tell you about it if you guys get him on.
Well, where is it? Is he next to you?
Yeah. You want to talk to him?
Cody.
Yeah.
Cody.
Oh.
Cody.
Hey, guys.
Before you get off of here, I got to tell you, what great, brilliant driving. Obviously, we knew you were going to be a factor. Tell us, what has made Ketchum such a good, tight unit over there? How come you guys have so much success so far on this court?
You know what? I think it's just our brotherhood, being together. We're all great friends here. We all connect with each other really well. We all know what's going on at all times. And we're just the communication, not only between the Winner Circle project, but actually the entire school. We have a bunch of kids here, up to 60 kids in this classroom for each race. It's just the amount of support is just, that's really what counts.
Wonderful, wonderful, Cody. We couldn't be prouder of you. Mateo, any questions for Cody? Comments?
No, just great race, Cody. I mean, you guys held it together. I have a question about that first spin out with Levi. What did you say to him? What was going on in the room when he spun out? Give us what everyone was thinking and feeling in that moment.
Absolutely. Actually, when we were first starting the race, me and Levi were talking about whether we should leave in 2nd or 3rd for the launch, and then just driver confusion. He got confused whether or not he should brake at the 3 or at the 2. So that's what the confusion was. Spun out, went in a little too hot. But obviously we got it back under control. It was just about staying relaxed, keeping each other to our grips, and just having a good time out there, honestly.
So what was the emotion there? I mean, was there some tension in the air? What was the response once he got back on the track to maybe not speed up to try to catch? Like, what were the moves?
It was absolutely tension. It was really, like I said, just keeping us relaxed, because we knew what our driving abilities were. We knew what times we were putting down, whether it was full rain or not. And we just keeping us together really was what it was. Like I said, the teamwork is what's really separating us right now.
Awesome. Awesome work, Cody. Awesome work, Levi. Really, really awesome.
Thank you.
Do you want to drop Levi on?
Levi?
Yeah, let's have a quick chat.
Here, Levi.
Hello.
Hey, Levi, how are you, dude?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm all right, mate. I've just watched a great race in there as well, this evening. Quick question. First off, congratulations on the win. You guys did an absolutely stellar job. What was it like, though, after we've just spoken to Cody about that first lap spin, that first corner problem? What was it like for you?
Oh, well, thank you for congratulating me. It was interesting, definitely, because I was not expecting that. We had a bit of a miscommunication, but it definitely made it way more interesting, because then I got put right at the back of the field. But I had confidence that we could make it back up. I just tried to not overdrive, just keep concentrating, keep driving the way I was driving in all these days before practicing, and just keep driving the way I have been. And I was able to climb my way back up to the top.
Yeah, you won, I think it was by 2 laps in the end there as well. An absolutely stellar job for you. That cements your place in the top of the standings. Do you think going into the endurance race, you can hold on to this championship?
We're 1,000,000% winning.
Okay. Pius, any words for Levi? Pius? Oh,
I'm sorry, I got caught off with the we're 1,000,000% winning. Like, I just love that. I love that confidence over there. Levi, tell me this: what have you learned so far being in this project? Like, what has been your experience in the Winter Circle project?
Well, I'm a part of the marketing team, so definitely on that side, like throughout the whole year, I've been learning a lot about the marketing and all the different types of ways to get yourself out there, from getting sponsorships, from all the newsletters, cover like everything we've done there, all the videos, commercials, everything we've done. And on the marketing side, I've definitely learned a lot from that. And in just the last week of practicing for this race, I got to get a lot closer with the build team and work a lot with them on like setups and everything. And it was a great team building experience.
Oh, awesome. And so what do you guys have coming up soon? What's happening in marketing? Is there going to be something big happening soon?
Well, we have the Lime Rock race in real life coming up, so that's definitely a big thing for us on the marketing side that we have to promote and get ready for.
Did somebody film you doing the driver swaps?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Oh, well, you can put something together. I'm just a little bit unhappy, Levi. I spoke to Cody and he said you didn't have your helmets on for the race.
Oh, yes, unfortunately I didn't. I'm sorry about that.
It's all about safety, Levi. We want you young people to be safe. You need helmets and seatbelts for the next one, all right?
Okay, we'll install the seatbelts right after this race.
Okay, bud, no worries. Levi, is there anyone you guys want to give a shout out to at Ketchum that you haven't already?
Definitely everyone on the build marketing team, Mr. Bliss, Mr. Remick, our principal Sype for bringing this all together. Now, thank you to everyone at Ketchum for letting us be a part of this program, and of course to Pius as well for organizing all this.
Awesome stuff. Well, there you go, guys. That is your winner, Levi. Have a good one, buddy. Take care and enjoy your victory for now. But let's see how you get on in the endurance.
All right. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you, Levi. Appreciate you.
So there we go. That was the guys at RCK. We'll just pop them back up into the waiting room for a minute there as well. Final words, Matteo. What do we think? How did these young people do?
Like every time I watch these races, the build up is exciting. The race is exciting. And today, that beginning of the race, there was a lot of unknowns. We saw RCK pull away, but a lot of action throughout the race. Excited for this endurance race. Again, you got FDR and Waverly in a long shot. They do still have a chance to win this sim race. So there's still a lot on the line, and looking forward to that endurance race.
Yeah, absolutely. Pius, final words from you?
I just think that this has been a wonderful experience so far. I cannot wait to see what they do in the endurance race. And being that there's still a long shot going, but congratulations to everybody that participated, but especially to Ketchum, who really came out victorious today.
Yeah, absolutely. And have we got Matt Overton in the booth, Matt? How did they all do for you there, buddy? It was a tough one. Rain at Lime Rock.
It was. I mean, tough race. I'm just so impressed by the enthusiasm they bring in. Obviously, Ketchum was the most successful at channeling that enthusiasm into the right sort of activity. But I just look at FDR, who went all the way to the back and then climbed their way back pretty doggedly to second. And took it from Waverly in terms of that extra podium position at the end of the race. So it's just very impressive. Always inspiring to see the way that folks can, young people like this can really grab on to all the elements and turn it into a fantastic event. So I'm really looking forward to the final event. An hour and a half, 3 drivers for each car, lots to go right, lots to go wrong, and everyone's starting to get into their traces really nicely now. So it should be a great race.
Quick question, Matt, before we let we go. Do we know if Double J are going to get the 20 points for 5th place?
Yes, they will. There's no absolute disqualification for finishing at the DQ. So we haven't applied that to the rules here. Some other leagues that we take care of, that becomes important, but not for this one. Everyone gets points to participate.
Okay, well, that's going to spice it up a little bit there. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. But that's going to round it out for us guys up here in the Winner's Circle Project. Thank you so much to everybody that has joined us along the way and cheered on your school as well. But it's all going to come down to the final endurance race. Join us in a few weeks' time for the finale of the Winner's Circle Project Sim Racing Series. Come and join us for that one. But I've been James Parfitt. I've been alongside Pius. I've been alongside Matthew Overton, and I've been alongside Matteo Lundgren as well. But for now, guys, as always, take care, have a great week, and you never know, we might just see you on that track next time.